नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं डॉक्टर सत्यप्रकाश सिंह, डायरेक्टर सिटी स्कूल ऑफ फार्मेसी आपके सामने आज तीसरा लेक्चर लेके आया हूँ फ्लो ऑफ फ्लूइड्स के लिए। पिछले क्लास में हमने पढ़ा था व्हाट इज़ फ्लो ऑफ फ्लूइड्स, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मैनोमीटर यूज्ड इन द फॉर द मेजरमेंट ऑफ प्रेशर डिफरेंस, रेनॉल्ड्स एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड बर्नौलीज थ्योरम, the principle of which we are going to use for the measurement of rate of flow of fluids with the help of flow meters. So, different flow meters which are used for the measurement of rate of flow of fluids are orifice meter, venturi meter, pitot tube and rotameter. Let us come to the first meter, that is orifice meter, which we are using for the measurement of rate of flow of fluids. The objective of this orifice meter is to measure the flow of fluids. How we can measure the flow of fluids with the help of orifice meter? By measuring the velocity of fluid that is flowing through this pipe. Velocity is measured in feet per second, and the volume of liquid passing per unit time through this assembly or through the pipe. So, as we will see in the diagram, this is the typical construction of orifice meter. This is orifice meter in which manometer is attached. It is a simple manometer by which the change in pressure drop or pressure difference is measured. This is the height of liquid A which is travelled into this which rises due to the change in pressure in the second limb of manometer. Point A, point B, there are 2 points which is shown in the diagram. What is the principle of working of this orifice meter? It is a thin plate. Orifice meter is a thin plate generally containing a narrow and sharp aperture. So, this is a thin plate, this is a pipe in which if you will see this is the arrangement which is called as in the orifice meter. This narrow constriction part is called as vena contracta, that is taken as a point B. So, in this case a thin plate is there which contains a sharp and narrow and sharp aperture. When a fluid of stream is allowed to pass through this narrow constriction, this is upstream, this side is downstream. So, when a fluid of stream is allowed to pass through this narrow constriction, the velocity of fluid increases as compared to upstream. So, when this fluid is passed through this point B, the velocity of fluid at this point is higher as compared to velocity of fluid at this point, because since it is passing through the narrow aperture, the diameter is very less. So, the fluid will move with a very high velocity. So, due to this change in the velocity of flow of fluid, there is a decrease in the pressure head, which results the decrease in pressure head can be measured directly from the manometer that is connected at this position. This is the manometer which is connected with this orifice meter. By using this manometer, we can measure the change in pressure in this area. Basically, orifice meter by measuring the velocity of rate of flow of fluid with orifice meter, we have to follow the principles of Bernoulli's theorem. Bernoulli's theorem, what is Bernoulli's theorem? As it is explained in the previous lecture, that when the law of principle of conservation of energy is applied to the flow of fluids, then the resultant equation is called as Bernoulli's theorem. So, this is the equation of Bernoulli's theorem, which we are going to use to derive a equation for the measurement of rate of flow of fluids through orifice meter. So, while considering this equation for orifice meter, there are certain assumptions that can be taken into consideration. For deriving this equation with the help of Bernoulli's theorem or Bernoulli's theorem equation, certain things were assumed. So, this was the arrangement for determination of rate of flow for determining the Bernoulli's equation, where this was the input area, this was the output area. Okay. So, with this the fluid was entering, here the fluid was exiting, here pump was attached which applies some energy to take out this liquid from this position to output position, okay, from lower region to higher region. But in orifice meter, if you will see the diagram of orifice meter, what happens? It is a horizontal pipe is there on which this type of narrow constriction is there. So, the assumptions which are involved in orifice meter is, first one is pipeline is horizontal, A and B are at same position. In case of Bernoulli's theorem, this point A and point B are at different positions. So, distance was x A and x B, but in case of orifice meter, it is a straight pipe through which the fluid is flowing. That means, the pipeline is horizontal and A r and B, both the points, that is point A and point B are at same horizontal position. So, therefore, x A and x B both are constant or both are equal. Second assumption was, since fluid is flowing through this pipe at in horizontal position, therefore, the loss, frictional loss are negligible. So, F will be equal to 0, as same liquid is entering into the system and that is exiting out of the system. Since liquid is incompressible, since this liquid is incompressible, so the density of liquid also remains same, that means rho A is equal to rho B whole equal to rho. Again, in this case pump is not used for the movement of flow of fluids, that means no work is done by the pump. So, W will also be equal to 0 in this equation, W will also be equal to 0. Now, after applying these assumptions to Bernoulli's theorem, the equation changes to P A square by rho g plus U A square by 2 g, that is equal to P B by rho g plus U B square by 2 g. So, after applying all the assumptions to this equation, the equation changes to this form. Now, rearranging the equations, what happen? U B square by 2 g minus U A square by 2 g, take this to this side and this to that side, that is equal to P A by rho g minus P B by rho g. So, simplifying this equation we will get u b square minus u a square equal to 2 g by rho g p a minus p b, that is equal to 2 g by rho g delta p. This delta p by rho g is equal to delta h, that is pressure drop, change in pressure drop. So, this equation can be written as 2 g delta h. Now, taking square root on both sides, u b square minus u a square is equal to root over 2 g delta h. Finally, the equation comes as root over u b square minus u a square, that is equal to C O, that is a constant called as orifice meter constant. So, this value is same for each orifice meter or for a particular orifice meter. So, u b square minus u a square is equal to C 0 root over 2 g delta h. Since during the flow of fluid it is passing through this line, here manometer is attached with this, and so this type of diagram was there for orifice meter. So, this was the point B, this was the point A. Fluid was flowing through this point and outlet was this side. Now, if you will see the diagram, this diameter at this point is much more less as compared to diameter of point at this point. That means, if the diameter of orifice is 1/5, that means this is the vena contracta and here this is also the orifice. If the diameter of orifice is 1/5 of the diameter of pipe, then the velocity at which the fluid is passing through this orifice, that is u b square, is much more higher than as compared to u a square. That means, u b square is much greater than u a square. So, u a square is equal negligible in this case, then the equation changes to u b square is equal to C 0 root over 2 g delta h, or u b is equal to C 0 root over 2 g delta h. This was the final equation. By using this we can determine the rate of flow of fluids through orifice meter. Now, the application of this orifice meter is velocity at either of the point A and B can be measured with the help of this by using orifice meter. Second, volume of liquid flowing per hour can also be determined by using orifice meter. We can also determine the pressure drop during the flow with the help of these orifice meters. Now, the next instrument that comes is Venturi meter. By the use of this Venturi meter, we can easily determine the flow of rate of flow of fluids. In this Venturi meter, somewhat similar to as that of orifice meter, but in this case two tapered sections are there in the pipeline with gradual constriction at its center. That means, there are two tapered sections from the center, it is constricted, and outer side, while moving outer sides on both the sides, it is expanded. So, when a stream of fluid is allowed to pass through this narrow throat of velocity, the velocity of fluid increases. Okay. So, at the Venturi compared to the velocity of upstream, that means similar as in the case of orifice meter. This also results in decrease in pressure head, that the resulting decrease in the pressure head is measured directly from the by the use of manometer. Let us see the diagram of Venturi meter, how it works. So, as it was discussed in the previous slide, that there was a two tapered section. This is one tapered section, this is another tapered section. This was the throat of venturi which is constricted. This is long tapered section, one side is long, another side is short tapered section. So, this portion is short tapered section, this portion is long tapered section. Here is the upstream in this direction and this is downstream flow of fluids. This is the inlet section of venturimeter and this is the outlet section of venturimeter. When the liquid is allowed to pass through this from upstream to downstream through this pipe, and as soon as it passes this throat of venturi, the velocity of fluid increases as compared to the velocity of fluid at the point A. Since venturimeter we also called as variable head meter due to change in the tapered section length. In venturimeter, the velocity of fluid is increased at the throat due to constriction, as I have explained earlier, which results in the decrease in pressure in the upstream section, that means towards A side or towards inlet section or towards short tapered section. This decrease in the pressure is measured by using manometer which is attached with the venturimeter. The equation for venturimeter can be written as u v is equal to C V root over 2 g delta h. In case of orifice meter, it was C O, O indicates orifice meter, C is the constant value. Here C V, V indicates venturimeter. So, C V is the constant for venturimeter. Derivation, same principle is also applied in this case as it was applied in the case of orifice meter. Since it is a horizontal pipe is a straight pipe or with the help of horizontal plane we are measuring. So, the distance x A and x B both are lies on the same horizontal plane, that is why x A will be equal to x P. So, in this case also x A will be equal to x B. Since fluid is moving through the pipe without frictional, so the frictional energy is also assumed to be F is equal to 0. Again pump is not used in this case. So, W will also be equal to 0. Now, the equation changes to P A by rho g plus u a square by 2 g that is equal to P b by rho g plus u b square by 2 g. Now, rearranging the equations, u b square minus u a square that is equal to rho a by rho g minus rho b by rho g whole into 2 g. Finally, this equation equal to u v square minus u a square that is equal to 2 g by rho g into rho a minus rho b, which is equal to 2 g by rho g into delta p, that is equal to 2 g delta h. Okay. So, u b minus u a square root over equal to C v root over 2 g delta h. Since the velocity of fluid at this point is much higher than velocity of fluid at this point. So, u b square much greater than u a square. So, u a square will be equal to 0, that is negligible, then u b is equal to C b root over 2 g delta h. So, this is the final equation of Venturi meter through which we can determine the rate of flow of fluids. Now, application of Venturi meter, if you will see the it is used for liquids, especially for water. That means, Venturi meter are used for liquids for the measurement of rate of flow of liquids, especially for water. It can also be used for the measurement of gases. Now, there is a comparison between orifice meter and Venturi meter. Orifice meter is cheap and easy to install. Venturi meter installation is costly. In this case, orifice meter heat loss is more, Venturi meter heat loss is negligible. It is generally used for testing purposes, it is used for permanent installation. Orifice meter is flexible, Venturi meter is not flexible. So, this is some comparative comparison between orifice meter and Venturi meter. Now, the next flow meter is pitot tube. So, pitot tube, it is a device which is used to measure the local velocity along with the streamline of flow of fluids. The what is a streamline flow? When the flow of fluid in fluid flow moves in a parallel direction with the layers, then the Reynolds number is less than 2000, then the flow of fluids is called as streamline flow or laminar flow. When it is more than 4000, it is called as turbulent flow. So, in this case, as you will see in the diagram. So, this is the diagram of pitot tube. In this case, manometer is used for the measurement of pressure difference. So, there is a special diagram is taken. In this case, the two arms of manometer, one arm, that is A, is placed at the center of the pipe. Okay. So, one arm is placed at the center of the pipe, and important thing which is to be remember is the direction of this arm A should be opposite to the direction of flow of fluids through the pipe. If fluid is moving in this direction, then the arm should be facing opposite to the movement of flow of fluids in both the cases. This is the arm which is facing opposite to the flow of fluids. Fluid is moving in this direction, arm is facing in that directions. There is difference in both the figures. Arm B, second arm, is connected with the wall of the pipe through which the liquid is flowing. The pipe through which the liquid is flowing, second arm is connected to the wall of the pipe. In first diagram, arm B is connected after arm A. In the second diagram, arm A is connected after arm B. Okay. So, the difference of liquid in two arms of the manometer is the reading of pressure difference. So, following this is the equation through which the pressure drop is calculated. In this equation, H p is the difference in pressure head, u is the velocity of flow at the point of insertion. So, actual velocity can be calculated by using this equation, u square is equal to C b root over 2 g delta H p. Advantage of this pitot tube is it measures the velocity at one point only. Disadvantage is it does not give the average velocity directly. When velocity of gases are measured, the reading are extremely small with the help of pitot tube. The last flow meter is rotameter, which it is also called as area meter. It measures the area of flow of fluids. It consists of a vertical tapered and transparent tube in which a plummet is placed. So, this is a conical tube in which a plummet or float is placed inside this tube, and the fluid is flowing from the bottom of the tube to in upwards directions. So, as the fluid moves in upward direction, this plummet moves up and down with the flow of fluids. So, during the flow of fluid through the tube, the plummet rises and falls due to variation in the flow. As a result, annular space or area between plummet and tapered tube is created. It may increase or decrease depending upon the flow rate. So, as the flow rate is, if the flow rate is higher, then this float or plummet moves in upper direction. As flow rate is lower, it moves in slightly downward direction. So, as the flow upward through the tapered tube, the plummet rises and falls depending on the flow rate. Greater the flow rate, higher will be the rise of plummet, as I have explained earlier. So, in rotameter, pressure drop is constant, which uses to measure the flow rate of gas as well as liquid. It can be used for the measurement of flow rate of gases as well as liquid. Operator has a direct visual index of flow reading, because since this is transparent made up of glass. So, operator can easily see the level of plummet which is moving in upward direction or downward direction. So, in this way this rotameter works. So, regarding now I will ask a question regarding rotameter. What are the different flow meters that can be used for the measurement of flow of fluids? I will stop for a minute or two and you just write your answer, the different names of flow meters used. Now, the different flow meters which are used for the measurement of flow of fluids are venturi meter, orifice meter, pitot tube and rotameter. Rotameter, orifice meter, small orifice is there, that is vena contracta, in the center it is a tapered, in both the sides the diameter is higher. Similar is the case of venturi meter. In the center it is a tapered section or constriction is there, in both the ends the section was highly, the diameter was increased. One section was short, another section was long. The upstream section was short in case of venturi meter and the downstream section was high. Similarly, in case of pitot tube also, one arm is inserted into the center of the pipe with which is in the opposite direction of the flow of fluids, and another arm is attached to the wall of the pipe. Rotameter, plummet is there. Here we are measuring the rate of flow of fluid in comparison to the area of the pipe, area of the system during which the plummet is moving. This is all about the flow meters. Thank you.